What's up, YouTube? I know I ain't been on in a minute. I think it's been like 2 weeks. Yeah, what's going on? Hope everybody been blessed and been following their dreams and, have stuff written down as far as in your goals and what you wanted to do in 25. And you knocking them down, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. My views going up, my likes going up. A few people been commenting. I appreciate all the support. But like I was saying in my last video, I got the job with AWP, you know what I mean? Traffic control, making good money. I've been working like 3-4 weeks, so that's why I haven't been consistent posting on YouTube. But I have been consistent posting on Instagram, and if you want to know my Instagram, there go right at the bottom. All right, you can go follow that page. There's my Instagram where I work out daily, and I go to work every day, and I still be motivation and try to inspire a lot of people to chase their goals and chase their dreams, because I know with 2025, a lot of distractions gonna happen, and a lot of people ain't gonna be wanna keep going because they go off their feelings. And the main thing is being consistent is doing it when you don't feel like it. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times that what got me not being consistent on YouTube, because I didn't feel like walking around and getting a nice background and recording after I've been working 12, 13, 14-hour shifts and working out twice a day with the same time and making sure I have time to spend around my 9 children, helping them with their homework, spending fun time with them. My son just joined the basketball team for his school, so now I'm finna have to make time for him to help him with basketball practice. But that's no excuses. That's letting you know what I got going on, just a little bit of what I got going on. Like I said, I did get the job. I have another interview coming Tuesday with another company. They're gonna be on my 3rd shift. Well, they're gonna be on their 3rd shift. So I'm pushing me to push past my limitations. And like I say in some of my videos, I haven't worked in 12 to 15 years, so I'm pushing past me, because if I was working them 12 to 15 years, I probably would have been in a better situation. Between them 12 to 15 years, I haven't been stagnant. I've been cutting grass, detailing cars, fixing houses, painting houses, doing all type of contractor work for myself under my LLC. I have multiple LLCs, but we're going to get into that. What today's topic is you putting yourself first in every situation. Not worried about the person around you, as far as in your friends, your family, and what they have to say about your goals, about what you should do or what you shouldn't do. The only advice you should be willing to listen from the people who are already where you want to be or coming back where you want to go. Meaning, they already been successful in entrepreneurship, or they already got the big houses or the fame or the clout. And that's part of what you want in your life. So if you can get around them or listen to some of their podcasts or their interviews, you can take the gems that they drop and use them to better your life. But only if you apply, not just get the information and know it in your head and keep it in your head. If you get the information and you don't apply, that's just a waste of knowledge, because someone else could have listened and did the same thing and took action. It's all about taking action in 2025. Go after what you want. And a lot of us don't know how to go after what we want. So we got to be thankful for all the millionaires and the entrepreneurs that doing podcasts, YouTubes, interviews. They're dropping the gems on how to. Now, don't get me wrong, someone might be scammed and someone might not be the correct step-by-step information. But if you stay consistent on searching for the information and read between the lines and learning from multiple people, you should be able to draw the clues, draw the dots, and make something out of it, and to go chase something new that you haven't chased before. Doing it in a different way so you can have a different outcome. A lot of people problem is we always doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. I did it as well for a long time, but I'm starting to learn from my experiences. That's insanity. Doing the same thing repeatedly over time, thinking, okay, all I gotta do is do it harder or do it faster or do it better or do it earlier and something gonna change. Well, in most cases it don't, because you continue to approach the same situation with the same perspectives, the same mindset, so your actions ain't gonna change, and 9 times out of 10 the results are gonna stay the same. It's like I've been pushing on my Instagram. In order to get something you never had, you gotta be willing to do something you never done. So in 2025, it's all about being uncomfortable so you can get comfortable. You know what I mean? Chase that shit, no matter what it is. No matter if it's fixing your credit, starting a business, getting a job, being part of your children's life, getting off child support, getting off debt, helping your family out, buying your mother a house. No matter what it is, it may be big to you right now. It may be out of your sight. You might not think you got the necessary tools and resources to get it done. And you might be correct. Right now, at this moment, you might not. But as long as you start wanting it and focusing it, I always learn. The Most High said, if you seek, you shall find it. And if you knock on the door, it shall be open. So start making moves to go be around them type of conversations, them type of people. Start joining masterminds, get a coach. And if you financially unstable right now to be able to pay for masterminds or mentorship or a coach, like I said, YouTube University. Go on YouTube and learn some stuff for free. And while you learn, and take notes. A lot of us probably ain't picked up a pen and pad since school or since we were told to. I'm not telling you to do. I'm just giving you my advice that will helping me make better decisions on a daily basis. I pick up a pad and a pen, and I listen to multiple entrepreneurs, multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, decamillionaires, and I listen and I take notes. Some of the stuff I don't agree with, so I don't pursue. And some of the stuff I never heard, that I go look up and other people saying the same thing, and I see the outcome may benefit me if I implement it in my life, I pursue it. And I pursue it to me to where I know I can do it, not to how they experience the world, because they only telling you the experience of what they chose in their life at that moment, and it benefited them. And now they're giving back information and resources saying if you do this or do this by this amount of time and stay with this and stay with that, for an example, you can get what you want. But a lot of people don't believe it because it seems too good to be true. A lot of people like, you can't make $100,000 a day. You can't make $250,000 a day if you come from poverty, or if you come from the ghetto, or if you come from the trenches. It's just not that easy. And to a certain extent, you're right, it's not that easy. But as an experience to learn, even with y'all being in the trenches or being in the hood or the ghetto or wherever you live at this moment, whoever watching these videos, like I said, I appreciate all the support. A lot of people in that area where you live in, the mindset and the perspective is not on that. So they'll never believe that until they change their mindset and change their perspective. And one way to do that is, like I said, to get around the people that's already where you want to be or coming back for where you want to go. Because their mindset already know it can be done. And one thing I like about hustlers in the street, they don't have no limiting mindset. If they want a brick, they know how to go do certain things to get that brick. If they wanted a pound or 2 pounds or 10 pounds, they know how to do all that. So that one thing I always looked up to a street guy or a street person or a hustler, even with selling dollar DVDs or dollar movies or selling kids socks or toothpaste or headphones on the train. I always looked up to that because before they even made that action, they had to tell themselves, I can't care what nobody say. No matter if I run into my friends, my old classmates, my old school, my old bosses, they might laugh at me for selling dollar headphones. They might laugh at me for selling socks and toothbrushes and kids' gloves on the train and ear muffins. They might laugh. Vice versa, they catch me on the street doing what I'm doing, they might laugh and judge me, saying I'm a bad person, or now I'm a drug dealer, or now I'm this and now I'm that. And which they might be right in their perspective and their judgment, but to each his own. But what I want you to say, what I want you to know and get from this message is, you got to change your perspective and change your mindset. And the reason I look up to them, because they change their perspective and their mindset before they leave the house, and they do it on a consistent basis. In order to be able to come on the train with a bag full of headphones and sell them for $1, knowing everybody probably got MP3s and AirPods and all those type of accessories to their phone already, you had to be willing to take a lot of no's and a lot of yeses. There been times where I done heard guys been on the train with 200 headphones for $1, and they only made $4 a day. And they been on the train from 6 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. And I also heard stories where the guy had 160 headphones, selling them for $2. And he got off in like 8 hours. But he was changing train stations. He was jumping. He was being more consistent. He more active. And he had a way of making people laugh to buy into him. So it's a difference on how you go about it, how you apply yourself. So I apply myself. One thing I tell myself every day is, the person I'm working with or working against, you may be smarter than me. You may be stronger than me. You may be healthier than me. You may look better than me. Your perspective may be better than mine, but one thing it is, 9 times out of 10, you is not going to outwork me. My work ethic speak volumes. I make sure I put myself in a harder situation doing a job or doing a competition or doing something I need to do to learn a lesson to get past that certain place in my life, and I go hard as I can. And it's easy to outwork a lot of people because a lot of people don't want to work. A lot of people don't want to put in the effort for themselves to make their life better. Even with the know-how, even with the right people around them, they still make excuses. They still doubt themselves. And I believe when you doubt yourself, you doubt God, because God woke you up this morning. The Most High gave you strength to move, to understand, to talk again. So you should try to reach something, levels that you haven't reached before. You should try to go after your goals, no matter if you don't think you can get them or not. I believe you can get them. You just got to stay consistent and stay with faith over fear. You can't feel that it's gonna take 10 years and you still ain't gonna get there. You can't feel that somebody might see you and laugh at you or talk about you or a rumor might spread. You can't feel that once you're a street nigga, you can't be a businessman. Or once you're in the ghetto, you can't be an entrepreneur. Or once you come from this type of lifestyle, you can't change and be part of this lifestyle or start this lifestyle. You can't feel those things. A lot of people gonna talk about everybody. And as a lot of people know about God, they talked about Jesus. They spit on Jesus. They crucified Jesus. So if you think you better than him and you ain't gonna get talked about, you got a rude awakening. We ain't nowhere near his status. We ain't nowhere near his love for the Most High and his loyalty. So we gonna get talked about. We gonna get punished. We gonna get jumped. We gonna go through a lot of problems, physical problems, mental problems, spiritual problems, emotional problems, financial problems. But that don't mean stop. That only mean pivot and go at it with a reapproach, with a better approach, with a better mindset, better perspective. A lot of people like to say a minor setback for a major comeback. With me, I say I take a step back to get myself back. Because once I get up, I put myself up. Meaning, I take a step back to assess the situation, to reanalyze everything I'm doing, what I did wrong, what I said wrong, how much time I took and all those things, what days I didn't put in the work as I did the other days, why I lacked this day and then lacked this day, why I went hard this day and didn't go hard as that day. I sit back and reanalyze, and then I go harder. I step back up and go harder, not for a major comeback, but for me to get myself back, because I was already in that position with that mindset, but now I'm in that same position with a better mindset, better perspective, and I can start taking better actions. And a lot of people around you wait on you to do it, because they see the Instagram followers, they see Instagram content creators, they see the millionaires on social media, TikTok, YouTube, they see it. But one thing they can't see is touch them. They can't touch them. So to a certain extent, a lot of people still got this 30, 40, 50% doubt that, okay, some of that shit they saying they scam, they not really doing what they saying as far as in credit and event space and real estate and all those type of things. A lot of people still think that it's a scam. And the only thing I can say to those type of people, you the scam, because you still confused about money. Because a lot of people, there's so many ways to get money, and they only telling you ways they did it. And it may happen good for them, as far as in COVID may came, and a lot of people were looking on the internet for make money, so they had their little 2-3 year wave or 1 or 2 year wave where they came up with a digital product and they made millions on that digital product, but also made 6 figures up to 7 figures or more already doing what they taught in that digital product. So they just caught a wave, and now they staying consistent with it. Now they have more finances, more income, more influence, more partnerships, more people to talk to. So now they businesses turned to 4 or 5 businesses. Now they, instead of doing this, now they doing that. Now they got a conglomerate of businesses. They building trust, they building equity, they selling businesses. A lot of people doing that, but if ain't nobody around you even took them steps, it's gonna be hard for you to believe that it can really be possible in a nice time management, no matter if it take 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, just know it still can be done for you, and you can be the one to do it for you and your family. So when you do it, you encourage the other people around you to do it. That's why another saying of mine, don't cut everybody off when you start to change your life and start to do better for yourself and take better accountability for yourself, because some people around you need that momentum, need that inspiration to see somebody around them change their ways, stop smoking, stop doing drugs, stop eating wrong, stop listening to bad music, stop being around negative vibes, and they start focusing on themselves. They start waking up early. They start walking in the park. They start talking to the Most High. They start writing letters to God in the morning. They start focusing on themselves, focused on their debt. They start paying off their debt. They stopped wanting to be in the street and went to go get a job. They went back to school if need be. They started going through masterminds and mentorships. They started doing those things, and a lot of friends I see were laughing at them, but I can see he changed. So I'm gonna try to start doing what he doing or what she doing, little bit by little bit. And that's how it all start. Like, why you think a lot of drug dealers have friends that sell drugs? Because they see one friend doing it, he beneficial. Vice versa, hey bro, put me on, let me do it too, I can woo woo woo. Or vice versa, hey bro, I just got this drug, let me buy this from you, I'm finna post up too. And then it become a confluence of black people or whatever type of race you is on the block or in that neighborhood, in that community, selling drugs. And you can do the same thing with the business. When one person get their credit right and start business and see, hold up, this person got 50,000, 40,000 on one credit card for one business, which he can do it from multiple banks, but he only doing it from one LLC at one bank, and he got 40,000 just because he had a 740 credit score. So he co-signed for his business, and the bank Chase or any credit union, Bank of America, or any small bank gave him a $40,000 credit card, and with that credit card, he opened up this store, event space, and now he's selling shirts, and now he's doing this and holding events. Well, let me do it too. If he can do it, I know I can do it. Hey, bro, how you did that? Okay, you fix your credit. How you fix your credit? Oh, you went to them? How much they charge? They charge $1,200. Okay, I'm finna pay them $1,200 to fix my credit. They say it can be done in 6 months, but I ain't got that much on you, cause I ain't never been to school. I never had a car in my name. I never had this. But you won't get there until somebody around you do it first. And once you be able to, cause first when somebody do it, you might start hanging. Then once they stay consistent, you will start trying to compare themselves. Like, hold up, they is living a better life and making better decisions. And I can see them not being too happy, but they more happier and have more peace than they had with us while we was all over here doing this shit. And then a couple years or a couple months, stay consistent. He stay more consistent. You see a second location, or you see better clothes, better conversation, or less time having around, because he or she is growing mentally, and they trying to do more physically as far as in be around people on their level or people that can bring them up instead of being the one that always bring people up. Because you got to have a balance. You got to be around people that's better than you, people that's on your level, and people that's kind of not doing good as you, so you can help them understand the people that's right there in the same mindset, and also try to understand and elevate to the people that's making better decisions you could. Ain't nobody better than nobody, but a lot of people make better decisions. A lot of people have better time management, and a lot of people do for themselves better as far as in health, focus on themselves, their debt, their family, trust, and things of that sort. But it start off with somebody around in your circle doing it first, and then you will have access to them to be able to copy the same exact move or somewhere in that same nature, and that's benefiting you. And once it happened for one, it happened for two, now it happened for the whole crew. And that same way how a lot of people start selling drugs, a lot of people start breaking the house, a lot of people start robbing, a lot of people start going to killing, and now you got gangs and all this shit. But the biggest gang is the government. But we ain't gonna get distracted on that. What I'm saying is, when you start to go through your journey and be better for yourself, don't just always cut people off around you. Get them chance and get them time to try to emulate what you're doing or be inspired by what you're doing. And it's not no time limit on it as far as in a year, 2 years. You just do what you got to do and focus on you. And if the time is right, if the Most High willing and the Mother Nature willing, whoever around you will seek that, and they'll start to go through that because you became the light. One thing about becoming the light, it comes with heat and pressure. So when you become the light, it's only two effects they can do. When you become the light, they only can be drawn to you or pushed away from you. So you still focus on you and do what you got to do, and don't worry about which one of your friends or which one of the people around you going to be drawn to you or going to be pushed away or may judge you or start liking you more or stop liking you and start spreading rumors. Don't worry about that. They're going to happen anyway. You should know they're going to happen anyway. One thing you don't know is how long you're going to stay consistent when you don't feel like it. When you wake up with that headache or your stomach hurt, is you still going to go to the gym? When you wake up hungry because you're doing a 30-day detox, but you only on day 3, is you going to, you know what I mean, is you going to tuck your tail and eat something? You got to stay true to yourself. And once you stay true to yourself, every day you stay consistent to yourself and take steps to make yourself better, that light inside of you get brighter, brighter, hotter, hotter, brighter, brighter. And now you become the light, you become enlightened. But the only way you become enlightened is you go seek the information, you write down the information, you start to assess the information to see how it can be better in your life if you applied it. Then go to another sheet of paper, start writing steps to apply the information. Then go to another step to see, once I apply the information, is the time that I think the results will happen once I stay consistent and stay humble with the information. There are a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people feel like they're already above certain things, so they ain't got to take no step back to get themselves back. And that's why they always have a minor setback for a major comeback, because they're not focused on themselves. They focus on what they're doing. They're not focused on their mindset, their mental, their spiritual, their emotion, their finances. They focus on only their action and their physical and rumors and what social media got going on. That's good, but you can't focus on the bad about it. And all you got to do is mute some of them accounts or delete some of the people or just start a new page. But a lot of people scared to let go. Like I said in some of my Instagram videos, if y'all want to follow my Instagram is right here again. Yeah, but like I was saying in some of my Instagram video, a lot of people lose faith. A lot of people lose focus. Focus on yourself. Like I tell my children, focus on you until the focus on you. And do what you got to do for you. And the people around, they're either going to be drawn to you or pushed away from your light. And you shouldn't be worried about that. Because like I keep saying in the video, it's going to happen anyway. But one thing is not guaranteed to happen is when you don't feel like doing it, is you're going to stay true to yourself. I know every time I lacked on myself and I gave up on myself, I felt like I was giving up on God. Because he woke me up this morning with the right mindset, with the right perspective, and I still talked myself out of it. And I still told myself my head hurt. And I still told myself where my feet swole. I still told myself why I broke my shoulder, so I shouldn't have to do it. And that's a lie. I should push myself no matter what the circumstances is. The harder the circumstance, the harder I should push myself, the easier the results are going to be. And we know that because we did it through school. When we didn't want to take a test, we were sick at home, but we got there, we did the test, and we got an 89, or we got a 97, or we got a 95, but we passed because we stayed consistent. Even if we had accountability partner, which is our parents that forced us to go to school. But now we grown, now we adults, and we don't have accountability partners, especially doing the right thing. Now, if we're around a group of people that want to do negative, and we want to do negative, of course they're going to be our accountability partner because we all on some negative shit. And then the same thing go for positive. If somebody out there trying to start event spaces and everything's trying to fix their credit, and we're around there, of course we're going to want to fix our credit and be accountable. Hey, bro, you fix your credit? Hey, you said you were going to send that letter out to Experian. What them folks say? Oh, you ain't sent it yet. Hey, bro, you better get on that. They just took out my late payment. They just took out my closed account. So we're going to be doing it as a group. But first you got to do it for you. And like I said, once you do it for one, you do it for two. And once you do it for two, it happens for the whole crew. You know what I mean? So love yourself, love God. There was just a quick message today to about if you put yourself first in 2025 and how far you put yourself, how consistent you're going to be for yourself. Because understand this, once you love yourself, you love the Most High. And once you love the Most High, then you can start spreading the love. And everybody ain't going to reciprocate that love. But that's not for you to stop. That's for you to go harder and start sending that love even more, because now more people can reciprocate it. And the more that don't reciprocate it, that just lets you know the more work you got to do, because that's the more work that people need help with. It's the love. A lot of people trying to be strength and tough, and not strength, but a lot of people want to play this tough guy or this tough woman, this bad bitch or this street nigga role, not knowing with that mindset and that perspective, that shit ain't going to get you nowhere. You might gain what you want to do financially. You might get the house and the clothes as far as the materials. But spiritually, where you going when you close your eye? When we go to our deathbed, where's we going? We forgot the goal is to make it into heaven, not to be liked by a lot of people. You know what I mean? Love yourself, love life, and do what you got to do for you in 2025. We knocking goals off the list.